I tip my cap to the Tigers. I think they've got a good outfit. I know they've got a good outfit. I watched them play a lot in preparation. I saw the Vandy game live a week or so ago, and that gave me pause. They just flat wore Vandy out. They were a better team that day. And saw dear friend Tad Boyle at Colorado. I told her coach, said, not a chance in heck I'm ever going to Grambling State to play a ball game. They wore Colorado out. Colorado 2 nights later went to Knoxville and beat a very good Tennessee team. So those guys got a chance to win their league, and they're great kids and great representatives of a fine institution. And we'll take it and prepare for the Eagles of Boston College on Wednesday.
Mike, the game felt like there wasn't a lot of flow to it. Was that something that Grambling did to you guys, or was it just a bad night for the Hokies?
Yep, they're going to switch defenses, Paul. They're going to switch every action, every ball screen, every pin down. You have a tendency to stand and watch, which I was really concerned about. I thought we locked onto some things late in the half, and we guarded very well. They had 23 points with 10 to play in the first half and finished the half with 2 more. So we went in at the half up 34-25. And I thought that continued on to the second half, and that is encouraging.
Just to follow up on that, so what did you do better guarding-wise from that 10-minute
mark?
I
thought they felt us. Our gap integrity and we were more electric in driving lanes. Mutz did a fabulous job on Cartier Gordon, number 4, who's very good. It's like the same guy playing against one another. Mutz did a great job on him. We turned him over a little bit, and they got big, strong, old people, but maybe we wore them down a little bit. I thought their shot selection, their ball handling, nosedived a little bit in the last 10 minutes of the first half, and then first couple of media timeouts in the second.
Mike, last year at this time you already had 4 losses, and you didn't get win number 11.
Well, thank God we don't have 4 losses today.
You didn't get win number 11 until late January last year in Tallahassee. What is it about this year's team that you're sitting here with 11 wins already before Christmas?
It's a good question, Mark, and I don't know. I mean, I'll go to my grave. It's athletics. It's the game. You know how fond I was of last year's team, and it was a daggone tractor pull from the start of the season, and this team's got good stuff. Last year's team had good stuff. We've had a couple of breaks. Badula's been very, very good. Without Mutz, got some issues. They really like one another. It's a good practice team. I think it can be a better practice team. They enjoy competing against one another. I think that's quite evident in watching them play, and they're a heck of a lot of fun to coach. I can tell you that.
Mike, BC's been somewhat of a house of horrors for you guys over the last couple of years.
How can you say that? I haven't beaten them.
I don't think you've won them. Yeah.
Yeah, they got me twice in year 1. Jim Christensen, who's no longer there. Didn't play him in year 2, COVID. And then we went up there last year, and my God, we were just miserable. And they had something to do with it. Earl's a friend, and Earl's really a fine coach. Road wins in any league are gold, and I'm happy we've got 3 days to prepare, and we're going to have to play better. It's not an easy place, and there will be 37 people there. They will have put the basketball floor down just hours before tip-off, and it's cold as hell, and you got to find a way to win the game, all right? I ain't no ands, ifs, buts about it, and it'll be really difficult. Their point guard's terrific. The Langford brothers are very, very good. They've had a bunch of injuries, but they'll be tough and hard-nosed and guard the fire out of you, and we're going to have to play better.
And what did you learn about this team through the non-conference slate that you can kind of take into ACC play now?
We got a chance. We've got a chance. And I've said to you guys before, I don't think we're approaching, where we're going to be in mid-January, late January, early February, and beyond. But slowly but surely, we're getting there. Our defense is taking an uptick. Our teams typically take a step ahead during this holiday season. The studies are over, and you got a chance to really put it together. And I don't think we go back to class until January 17th or something like that. So I'm looking forward to this, this next segment of our season.
Mike, you guys shot over 40% from three for the first time since ODU. How encouraging is that, especially as ACC play? It's about to kick in.
It's very encouraging. I thought Couture struggled a bit more than he did. He was 4 for 8 from the field, 4 for 8 from three. Padula gets 4 down. Mutz hit 2 again. He had 2 against Oklahoma State and Brooklyn. That's continuing to come around. We did all of that without Basili making one. Basili typically gets a couple down. So encouraging, but we don't have to rely on that ball, night in, night out. We've can put it in other places on the floor, and Malijah and Lynn continue to impress and play well. The birthday boy, Lynn Kidd, had 7 points and 3 assists. What did Petit have? 4 points. That's 11. There it is. 11 and 6 every night. You take it to the bank. Great contributions, production from those two fellas.
And then I was going to mention the 10 and 6 thing again from Poti and Kidd. So how is that, having kind of the most depth it seems like you've had in the front court in your tenure, really helped this team take strides?
We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it in our first 3. It just gives me great flexibility. They both play really, really hard. They're both very sharp, and they can dribble handoff, and they can screen. It's a real luxury. It's a real benefit to this team. I can tell you that.
Is this kind of what you expected from Lynn and Malijah at the beginning of the year?
No, I didn't.
What did you expect?
I don't know. Less than what I'm getting. They have been such a godsend, such a pleasant surprise. I knew they were both good players. All right, Lynn's been around here, but man, it's like they make positive plays time and time again. They get their hands on balls. They box out. They do their job and help others do theirs. That's a sign of a great teammate.
Where do you feel like Sean has grown the most through the non-conference portion of your schedule?
I think he's picking his spots much better. He's going to take a bad shot or 2 every night. I thought he had 1 in both halves, but I don't say anything to him. I think he's, through 12 games, he's earned that right. And look at his numbers, and they're off the charts. Again, they're over 50 from the field, over 40 from 3, 3-to-1, a better than 3-to-1 assist turnover ratio. Those guys tend to have a pretty long rope with me. I'm proud of him.
Coach, on that 50-13 run you guys had through the middle.
What was it?
It was about 50-13. Something like that.
I like those. I'd like to have one of those every night.
And, were you more pleased really with the offensive execution or just how you guys ramped up that defense?
It's such a foundational piece of who we are as our defense. I thought we were really connected, and we were quick to balls. Again, I referenced gap integrity. We're guarding this man over here, but our gap is here, and just the floor it really shrinks, and it better shrink against Grambling State. They got a couple of guys that can really get downhill and create problems.
Is there any concern about having your first true road test this late into the season?
Heck no, I love it, man. I'd like to do it every year if I can. No, not apologizing. It's 19 years, 17 years a head coach, like I lived on the road every non-conference. No, we've had Oklahoma State in a neutral. We've had those 3 in Charleston. Charleston, true road. Here we are. We got 19 head knockers, right? 19 left, 19 ACC games. The first one or the second one, and the first road happens to be in Chestnut Hills. Is it Chestnut Hill? Chestnut Hill. And that's where we'll be, and we'll be ready to fight. Anybody? Good, just ask.
All right, so this is about I want to say the third time this year you've gotten down against a team with a really good defense at Dayton, Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
The night against Grambling State. What does that? And then you've gotten back up. What does that say about your team's ability to adjust?
I think it says a lot, man. Good God, the ball's going in everywhere. They went right into 4. We tried to trap him. He got to the middle of the floor. To the other side, it goes for a made 3, I believe. They're throwing in shots left and right. We're down 13-6, I think, at the under 16 media. Got down as many as 10. Got a little dicey, but old people buckled up a little bit. I thought our offensive possessions were pretty good during that stretch, and again, I go back to the defense. We really guarded very, very well from that point on. I thought we guarded our tails off.
I've got a bit of a comparison for you. MJ Collins put in a pretty good 22 minutes for you tonight.
Yeah.
He really seems like the first guard since I want to say Tyrese Radford, who's like kind of an athletic guard you can put down on the defensive end and get a really good effort out of. What do you have to say about that?
I think he's a long way from Tyrese right now, but he's going to be a hell of a player. He's really good. Yeah, he's a fun athlete to see come on here. He's coming on. He's comfortable. He played a lot of minutes, 18 against North Carolina. Those experiences, that thing slows down on him, and he starts picking his spots better. He had a nice pull-up jump shot late first half, I think it was. He had the very athletic lob. I was a big lob dunker when I was there. Wasn't a snook. He's a very valued member around here. Going to be good. He's really good now. Going to be a terrific player.
Last question, Paul.
Like at the Media Day fun festivities at the beginning of the year, I asked you to define success. Would you say this first third of the season has been successful?
Yes, I would. Yeah, heck yeah. I hate that we kicked one down there in Charleston, but Dayton's a good win. Oklahoma State, Penn State. We've had. I thought Old Dominion competed that night. We had them down there in a neutral. Yeah, I guess Paul, over a cold beer back in September, you said, Mike, you're going to be 11-1 with one game to play before Christmas. Would you take it? Now, I would have signed up for that. Yep, I sure would have. Happy holidays, everyone. I wish you well. Anything else? Good to see everyone. Best wishes. Best wishes. Thanks, guys. Happy trails.